what is your overall take on what to this point? Essentially, you're 7 games in, you're 6-1.
Yeah.
Nico to this point, and I guess I asked specifically, is that second half proof of him growing and getting better? Is it the offensive line was playing better? Is it the wide? What happened there?
And in all honesty, what I feel, well, first off, I was going to mention this earlier. I was very glad to see that when he started running the ball, he lowered his shoulder. Like that was, you know what I'm saying? Like that was, I loved seeing that. And I'm not saying to go in there and try to be a fullback, but he lowered his shoulder and delivered and got an extra 1 to 2 yards. That I did like to see. I thought his zone reads were better in the second half. I don't know how many we did in the first half because we don't know the play calls. But overall, I think at the moment, he's doing what Heupel's asking him to do. He's not losing the game. Down the road, you can see where he's going to try to say, hey, now go win the thing for us.
Yeah.
At the moment, that's what I take out of it is like, I just think that Heupel's going, hey, man, we've got a damn good running back that probably is going to leave after this year. Let's just call it like it is. Hope he doesn't. And I text you in our group text. Dylan Sampson's going to go down as one of my all-time favorite Vols to wear orange. He is. I love watching him play. I just love everything. I love everything about him on the field. And I've been that way since his freshman year, right? But I don't think he – what I'm getting is back to what I'm saying is with him in the backfield, I don't think Heupel's going, Nico, just go win the game. You don't need to. We got a dude here. We got a dude beside you. So don't lose the game. And it's exactly what Alabama used to do with McElroy, who was calling the game because he had Mark Ingram in the backfield. You know, and that's kind of the feel at the moment. Now, granted, Nico is better talent-wise than McElroy was talent-wise. It's the fact that I think we'll get to that point. He's only a redshirt freshman. So I do think we're going to each week we'll see a little growth and a little growth and a little growth, or at least that's what I'm hoping to see. But I don't think the whole playbook is there yet. And I think that's on purpose.
Not, yeah.
And I think that's on purpose.
I love this point from Ethan here. He said, Nico settled in after he ran with getting contact. You made this point, I think, was it last week or maybe the week before? I believe you said something to the effect of Nico needs to run and get cracked and realize I'm not going to die.
One good time.
And he did that.
But deliver the blow. And he did that tonight.
Yes,
he did.
He lowered his shoulder and brought a hit to somebody. I mean, and showed truly his physicality. I tweeted that during the game, and people took it as I was flat out calling for him to be replaced. But I said, if you're not going to run Nico and take advantage of his physicality, play somebody else. Because this dude is massive. And let him use his legs because if you don't make him respect that's such a powerful weapon. It was so powerful with Hendon Hooker. And they just haven't done it, or he hasn't done it, or whatever's been going on there. But I was just feeling like, I mean, if you're not going to fully take advantage of this dude, and it's not like he has to throw a spectacular pass to run the football, and he just has moves. He's slippery, he's physical, and he's giant. I mean, let the man run with the football, and you saw there proofs in the pudding there. And you can take that tweet as me calling for his job. Fair enough. A lot of people did. But ultimately, I was just like, use him to his full potential. Like, let this man go out there and bring it.
You know what I think his best play tonight was? In all honesty? The third down that he stepped up in the pocket and avoided the defensive end and ran for 27 yards to get us inside the 5.
Huge. What a huge play. It was massive.
Like that to me, that right there showed the growth of me. And to me, and the fact of, and this, I love this aspect, the quarterback of a defender, anytime you pump fake is going to jump. He was about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage and still pump faked to run. That, to me, that was a little thing that showed growth. That's what I'm getting at. I don't think we have to open the playbook from A to Z, pun intended, just yet. We need him to be, the first week A to B, the second week A to D, then get to F, like, and just progress into it because we have such a good tailback and we have guys out wide that can make plays. Now Squirrel is obviously hurt.
Yeah.
Like you can tell. Was that a great ball? It's a great ball. If his shoulder's not dinged up, he catches that ball. But you can tell
I saw a report that he went to the hospital. Squirrel did.
And I wouldn't be surprised because this is the third straight game that he's had to leave for the same shoulder. But what I'm saying is, including Squirrel, when Squirrel's healthy, we got dudes that can make plays all over the field. He doesn't have to be the playmaker. Just don't do the Milroy and lose it.
Yes.
That's what I'm giving him credit for. I said this early in the year, especially after Oklahoma, and said, guys, he's not letting him. He's holding him back because he's protecting him.
Yeah, I mean
sometimes protecting looks inconsistent, and it sucks as a fan. Protecting can look like inconsistency because you go, we're very predictable.
I mean, you saw with Gaston Moore when he came in, like, Nico's your dude. Like, and they are gonna ride this guy until they simply can't anymore because they threw all their chips onto the table with him, and he beat Florida and he beat Alabama, and there you go, and he made the plays that had to be made when it mattered. That huge run, the big throws. A terrible first half, but got it together enough to beat an Alabama team that was extremely beatable, and he went and did that, and that counts for a ton. And you got to think, hopefully, he just gets better from here. But I mean, James Fair says it here. I mean, you can't help but almost feel this way. Should have been 52-17. Love beating Bama. Go Big Orange. Go Big Orange. And it does almost feel that way.
A win is a win, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of said it earlier when people were saying it the whole probably last couple of weeks. It feels like Tennessee's touching on something and just not connecting. And if it connects, you got a real thing going. And this second half is that proof. Case in point. Period. If you do what you did in that second half against Alabama in every half for the rest of the season, was it perfect and 100% correct all over the field? No. Absolutely not. But you'll beat almost everybody. And like I said, I think you'll give yourself a chance not to just beat all of the lower teams, but to beat Georgia and Athens. I mean, and obviously that's the ultimate test to show that maybe at some point this offense will travel. But yeah,
we'll think about it.
We'll wait to see on that one.
Georgia offensively is not a world beater, so they're definitely beatable. Like the rest of our games are winnable. They are. The rest of our games are 100% right in our face, winnable to go 11-1. We go 11-1, regardless of playing in Atlanta. We're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's that simple. It is that simple. But now here's the best part, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, Ben Hall. I don't want you to think I'm saying it negative. No, I don't want you to think I'm being negative here, honestly. If we slip up one more game, we're still in.
Yeah, you can now afford to lose that Georgia game.
Exactly, because we beat Bama. You can now afford one more, and 10-2. We're still now. We're not going to get a home game. We won't be 5-8. We'd be 9-12, but still getting in.
But you go and give yourself a chance against like a Ohio State or something, and go to Columbus. And I mean, they lost to Oregon already. Like, give yourself that chance.
You can't win it if you ain't in it.
Exactly. You miss 100% of the shots you never take. I mean, that's
exactly right. So that's the thing. That's where I go. And I was reading a comment about asking if I think the last two quarters would boost Nico's confidence. I don't know. You can see it. I don't know if he actually ever loses confidence, which is a good thing. No, what I'm saying, I don't think he loses any, which is a good thing. Because I think if Heupel is the coach that I think he is, he's talked to him about, like, I mean, I'm not putting this on your shoulders. Like, we will open as we go. We'll open it up as we need to because we've got a damn good running back who's got 17 touchdowns in 7 games.
I think ultimately it's It has been tough to watch at times, but the coaching job that Heupel has done to this point, especially after it became clear that the plays were there to be made for Nico, which has been, I think, abundantly clear in the last 2-3 games. I think the coaching job that Heupel has done at this point is pretty darn solid. I think
Yeah,
he's
I totally agree.
yeah, and obviously, I mean, the defense speaks for itself. There's no denying that at all. But I think that he's handling the situation with Nico as well as he probably can. You just have to protect your guy, get him set up, and then again, I said it a bunch already. You saw in that second half what happens when those big plays, finally connect. You beat Alabama.